Hello, Decay here today with an episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back on the world in the Mesa biome, and I actually had to quickly teleport back home to get the shulker boxes because I forgot they exist. But I kind of realized at the end of the last episode, obviously, we needed more terracotta, so I figured I should probably start today's episode off by doing the smart thing and actually getting the terracotta, because if we do that, bada bing, bada boom, whole rest of the exhibit should be going pretty well. As for today's goal, I'm not really sure exactly what it's gonna be. I'd like to try and finish off the interior of the exhibit, but I think if I can also get around to it. Is it almost nighttime? Is the sun setting? That it is. I don't have a bed. Ooh, a nautilus. Let's see if we can catch this thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh no, I think I spawned one inside a block. I can't catch these things, they're too fast. Well, that's unfortunate that it's already nighttime. Let me just chuck all this in here. But yeah, we can keep working for a few minutes. It's not too dark. But yeah, so hopefully today we're gonna get the rest of the interior of the exhibit finished off, and then I'm probably going to completely destroy the viewing platform, because that's something I was pretty adamant last episode that needed to go, just because it really didn't fit well and I had new ideas for it. So we'll probably be doing a mixture of these two things this episode, and hopefully we'll get both of them done to a good degree. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up collecting all this and probably sleep, and then I'll bring you guys back in once I've started work. All right, and here we are back in the Megalania exhibit, and as you can see, I have done the rest of the work for the stone walls, and man, took its sweet time, but it's finished. We have all of our clay replacing all the stone, and it looks ridiculous right now, I think. I mean, on one hand, if we quickly hop up here, I think it does look pretty cool to kind of just have this like bright shade of color like this, but it also kind of looks funny because it's like so green around here, so we definitely need to switch the ground cover out. I went through what I had in there, but yeah, I do have a bit of coarse dirt I got from the Mesa biome, as well as some red sand, so we might use a mixture of that. But yeah, I'm not really 100% sure on how exactly I'm gonna do the terrain in here. But what else do we need to do? We also need to just take out the viewing area, which is gonna be something. I don't think we're gonna finish this exhibit this episode. I think we'll probably need to take another episode, unfortunately, to work on the Megalanias. Just because doing all this terrain work, I mean, like, I do most of it like between clips, but I mean, still, it takes a long time to get this stuff done. It's just, ooh, it's a lot of work. I mean, you guys know that. You've seen me build stuff, do terrain work like this before when we've done like the mammoths and stuff like that. Like it looks really good when it's finished, but it takes a heck of a long time to get there. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this looks overall. I like the yellow stripe the most, I think. I think that really just stands out super well, and I don't know, it just gives a really good bit of color to it. I like it a lot. But yeah, so I guess there's a couple things though I'm not really sure on how I'm gonna do. So one is exactly how the ground cover is gonna look, and then number two is how we're gonna melt this into the mountain, because the mountain becomes very snowy very quickly. So I don't know how I'm planning on like working the two together. I guess I'll just have to figure that out. But yeah, I'm sure I'll figure something cool out. It'll be just fine. I'm gonna need more chests. Do I still have chests inside here? I used to have chests. No, okay. I was gonna say if I do that, I can just start throwing the materials from this thing into some chests, but there's plenty of resources around me. I'm sure I can build more. But yeah, I am probably gonna get some more work done, either getting rid of that, or actually no. You know what I should do? I should do the ground cover first. That way I don't go too far back and just kind of do too much. So yeah, I'm gonna do some work on the ground cover, and when I finish that, I will bring you guys back in. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, and here we are back with, oh, is it nighttime already? That's a real shame. I expended all of my resources for the ground cover that I had collected. Mostly because, well, I didn't really collect that much, did I? I only got like a few stacks of each, which realistically is not enough when doing a project like this. But I got this done. I'm kind of trying to base it off what I did for wildlife park build of all things, kind of how I did the terrain for that. But to fully finish that off, I'm gonna need like some concrete powder of all things. So I need gravel, I need concrete powder, I need a bunch of stuff for this. So I might get to work actually now on kind of just dismantling this thing and kind of work on that instead. Mostly just because I don't really feel like going to get more coarse dirt or sand, or actually tons of sand and gravel, so that way I can actually like get all the stuff I need. Because I mean, it's not the worst job in the world, but it's also not, you know, the most fun. But I mean, I've got my like tools like right here, so I mean, I can literally just kind of go like this and just quickly start taking it down. But yeah, you know, I'll actually just do this for a few minutes. I'll don't worry, we're not gonna spend the whole rest of the episode doing this, but yeah, I don't know. This Megalania exhibit's just, it's just taking turns I wasn't expecting. Because I was like, oh, you know, Megalania exhibit, we finish real quick, is good. And then it just keeps spiraling out of control of like how much stuff I realize this is actually requiring, and like just how much work this build's actually gonna be if I want to finish it. And to be honest, not really a fan of just how big of a project this is, because it didn't look like it was gonna be a big project. It was like, oh, you know, we'll finish this in like an episode, maybe 2, and then we'll be done. And now this is very easily gonna get a 3rd episode. And yeah, no, it's just, it's a heck of a project, not a fun one either. Granted, I guess this is exactly what I have to do up in the snowy area as well with the mammoths, because you know, with those I've gotta go and what is it? Gotta go and blah, 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 can't think. Oh, place down tons of snow and stuff, which is similar levels of tedium as this is. Although I think this is actually a bit more fun, just because it's, you know, it's not placing snow on top of snow for like 3 hours or whatnot. But yeah, so we just kind of gotta, you know, just get over it, get through it, and yeah, then we'll be good. Wow, I can't believe this is episode 91, I think. So wow, we are incredibly close. We really, wow, 91. Man, pretty soon there'll be the world download. I'm actually starting to get scared. I'm not even gonna have it finished, like everything finished by the world download now, and this makes me laugh so hard. It really does, guys, because like I remember, what was it, when we started this whole project of the whole Ice Age project, I was like, oh yeah, we'll have this finished, you know, by like episode 80 or something, and then we can spend 20 episodes working on the Dinos Park. And then I was like, okay, maybe we'll only have 10 episodes to work on the Dinos Park. And now I'm like, yeah, no, this is taking long enough to the point where there won't be any time to work on the Dinos stuff, because it's, this whole area is just, you know, taking its sweet time. But I mean, hey, there's a good thing to that, guys. There's a really good thing to that, and that is, it means we're working hard on this area, and it's gonna look really good when it's finished. We're putting in the effort, putting in the time. It's gonna be a good project when it's done. But anyway, I'm gonna continue just ripping this thing down, and I'll bring you guys back in when I've finished. All right, guys. After a bit of excruciating work, but I know it doesn't look like much, but actually no, it does look like a lot. It looks like more than I think I realize. Yeah, I dismantled a good amount of this. I've left the glass in and stuff. I kind of realized, yes, I'm going to destroy most of this later, but for the time being, I'm gonna leave this part here, just so I have the boundaries of the area set up, so I kind of know, you know, where everything's gonna go. It's kind of weird, because this exhibit was mostly done. Literally all I would have needed to do after I finished the build, like back when we added these animals in, was just, oh, just throw in some plants and throw in a cover for the walkway, and it would have been done. And now I have not only just rebuilt this thing like 3 times, I've now almost completely destroyed it torn out all of the the previous like background, throw in a new one, trying to throw in a new ground cover. I don't know. I mean, if this doesn't define the insanity I have that runs this channel, then I don't know what does. I mean, well, I guess the insanity hasn't even really started, because you know that's gonna start, guys. You know when that's gonna start? When we get back after episode 100, and we go back to the dinos area, and I start just ripping out dinosaur enclosures and building new ones, because I don't know, the scent of one was a bit weird. So I was like, oh, time to build a new enclosure for a dinosaur we already have. I swear, there's actually, I'm gonna want to do this. Episode 200, guys, if we ever make it that far. If we make it to episode 200, I legitimately want to do this, but I want to just go through the entire series, go through the entire playlist and whatnot, and see how many episodes I spent rebuilding each exhibit for each animal. And then we'll figure out which exhibit's been rebuilt the most. If I had to warrant a guess, I'd probably say either Ceratosaurus, Triceratops, Triceratops or Brachiosaurus. Those have to be the winners there. There's no way it's not either of those. I have rebuilt those exhibits so many times now. Anyway, since that's not really essential to the plot of the episode, yeah. I don't know, it's just blowing my mind that I'm doing this. We could just call it done here. Let's just call it. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that. I actually would hate doing that. If we got to episode 99 and we got to episode 100, right? And then this just still wasn't done. We finished everything else. We got all the pathways finished. We got all the decorations, and we finished up every other exhibit, right? And it all looked amazing. And then this is just what you come to. The Megalanias aren't even in the zoo. It's just this. I mean, I feel like that would be it would fit me. That'd be on brand for how I kind of do things. But I don't know. I just really want to finish this. But at the same time, it's the last thing I want to work on. It really is. I just have no interest in this whatsoever. I don't know. I think it's just because I didn't like how the exhibit looked, and I just didn't want to fix it. And now that I have to fix it, I mean, look at this. This is full of that. But now that I have to fix it, it's turning out to be much more work than I thought, and that's just it's it's the thing you already don't really want to work on that much, and then finding out it's gonna take 10 times more effort now. Granted, I'm still gonna finish it, guys, don't worry, and I'm kind of just joking to a degree, I mean, I do actually want to finish it. It's just, it's a lot of effort to finish builds like this. They aren't easy. They take a long time. I don't even think I'm gonna finish all the terraining this episode, because I'm actually running out of time now, because I didn't really do much work yesterday. I mean, well, and yesterday's between the intro and collecting the clay and then actually starting work here. I just didn't do much work between then and then, yeah. I don't have much time tomorrow to finish up the recording, because that's probably when I'm gonna record the final clip. So yeah, I guess I'll just work a bit. Maybe I can get a bit of concrete powder going and just kind of start throwing some stuff in. So yeah, we'll see what I get done, but I'm gonna try and work a bit more on the terraining and whatnot, and we'll see how much I finish. So I'll bring you guys back when I've gotten as much done as I can. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, everybody, we're back, and I have done a bit more with the exhibit. Namely, I didn't get too much. It's on the chest over there, but I got a bit of the brown concrete powder I wanted, and I think it was a good idea to get it, because at least the nice thing with it, and I mentioned I used it in a wildlife park episode, but the reason I like it for this kind of stuff is that it has the color of the coarse dirt, but the texture of the sand. So it kind of makes this really good transition block of just the right color mixed with the right texture to kind of, I don't know, just fade it properly. And I really like how that looks. So we did that. We got a bit of gravel mixed in with the coarse dirt to kind of give it a bit more of a rocky feel. I started linking up the sand up here. didn't add any more coarse dirt in, added in a bit more sand over here, set up the next coarse dirt area, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I have right now. It's not tons. I think on the minimap it's starting to look pretty good. I think I will leave some actual patches of grass here and there. I might just work them into like the center of these coarse dirt patches to kind of, I don't know, to maybe that'll work quite well. We'll see. How it kind of looks. I'll have to, I don't know, mess around with it a bit to kind of see what I like. But I think overall this is starting to look pretty decent. I think it's pretty good. Maybe I should install Biomes of Plenty and actually set up that botany shop I keep talking about, because I think Biomes of Plenty has sandy grass and sandy dirt, which would probably work quite well here to kind of just at least add in another texture I can use, which would probably be pretty good because, you know, it would add some more interest to it. Also, I feel like these coarse dirt splotches don't look the greatest right now, but they'll look a lot better, trust me. The thing that just needs to happen is I need to be able to put plants in, and I'm not there yet, so when we get to the point where plants are going to get added in, we'll deal with that. But yeah, I think there's some other blocks I kind of want to, I don't know, I'm going to need to do some more tests, kind of see what I think will look good together, and yeah, get those blocks for next episode. That's something I'm going to try and do between this episode. The next one is just do a lot of resource collection, try and get as much gravel, sand, coarse dirt, get red sand, terracotta, concrete powder, as much of that as I think I'll need, and then probably get double that, because let's be honest, you always need a lot more resources than you think you do, and it's always good to have spares. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that before next episode, just trying to get enough resources to really get going on this project, finish it up, and yeah, call this one quits. Other than that, though, I don't really think I have much else to say or really to do, so yeah, I think we're gonna end today's episode off here. I'm sorry we didn't really finish anything. I wish we had, but at the same time, we did also make some significant progress. I think we got the terrain started, we got most of this taken down. We finished off the wall, the retaining wall, and I think, I don't know, I really love the retaining wall. I think we've done a fantastic job here. I think it looks really good. I could mess around with the textures a tiny bit, just kind of like raising and lowering the various block colors a bit to just try and make it a bit more interesting. We'll see about that. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think this exhibit's really starting to take shape, which I'm really happy about. And then yeah, I think once this is done, yep, it'll be straight on to the Megaloceros, the mammoth, and what else will we have to do? I guess we still have to work a bit on pathways and decorations around the park. Yeah, and other stuff like that. So I guess we'll just have to figure that out. Oh man, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the episode. I meant to mention this at the beginning of the episode, but I completely forgot. That is, if people are still watching by this point, I'm very much considering doing park tours more often, and by more often I mean, well, probably, basically we always do a world tour. For the world tour we always do, or the world download, we always do a park tour. There we go, I can speak English. For the world download we always do a park tour, and that's every 50 episodes. So I'm thinking every 25 episodes we'll do a park tour, just so that way it's like a halfway point between each world download. You guys kind of get an idea of what the whole world looks like, and it'll be a nice little break from the constant building. So yeah, I think that'll be good. So anyway, with all that said and done, I think we're gonna end today's episode off here. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time, guys, see ya.